welcome to my channel, and today is the Life of High School story. Now this one deals with the whole stress and the whole just people going crazy over the finals because it's the end of the semester, end of the first half of the year, and with that comes a lot of tests that teachers love to do so they can test your whole knowledge upon everything that they've taught you. And if you fail, it affects them bad because the district looks at them and see like, well, they're not fit for teaching. So it's a stress upon the students because their grades are getting affected, and it's just upon the teachers because if they don't have a good overall score, it's just gonna be really bad for them. It might even dock their pay. So it's just about a teeter-totter of the stress meter, more or less, on which side, however you want to view it as. But I just want to say though, really, you shouldn't be stressing about this stuff if you just simply were to just take the time, about 30 minutes a day I would say, and just go over most of the things that you know you won't be able to handle, which the things that you won't be able to, I'd say, like you haven't done very well or efficient in the past. Go over it, talk to your teacher, go to tutoring stuff and everything. I have never done that in the past, and throughout my last 3 years, my freshman year through junior year, I never really took a tutoring class for my math class because my math class was the worst one. I would always have an F in the class, and then at the end I would have a C. And I have a little story about that, but just don't make my mistake. Don't brush it off. If you're struggling, talk to the teacher, talk to your friends who can help, talk to your classmates, go to tutoring. Just look for information everywhere. That way you could pass the class, pass that final, and it will help both you and the teacher as well. So my story happened in freshman year. I was put into geometry. I have no idea why. I think it's because I took Algebra 1 back in 8th grade. I was supposed to, and the whole math, the whole course of it changed for some reason. So a lot of the freshmen were stuck in Math 1, I'm thinking. But apparently for me, because I was always an average in math in middle school, I just always had a C. I think I had a B once, but that was in pre-algebra. But anyway, they stuck me in geometry. I didn't know why, but I was like, okay, whatever. And I was stuck in a room full of entire sophomores. There's a few freshmen there, but nothing but sophomores. So I pretty much knew people in the upper grade. And but really, it was a bad class. I did not like the teacher. I didn't really just stayed out of everybody's way. I was really, I wouldn't say shy, I was just not wanting to get involved with anybody and just, I'm there to work, shut up and get out. You know, that was my whole go-to plan for that class. And it really sucked whenever there was some presentations that I had to do with other classmates because I didn't really talk to anyone, so I had to just canoodle my way through into a group to find somebody who would either won't have enough people or who would just accept me, and that was really bad. But anyway, so as I was there, like I said, the teacher there, she was, I don't know how to put, to me she was a bad teacher because I would feel stupid. Like she made me, I don't know about the other classmates, but she made me in general feel like an idiot. What she would do before is she would give you the worksheet, you'd take notes, all that stuff, just the same old. Then you would come to the test. She would go over some of the questions, and at most times what I would do, because I learned to do this really fast, I'd have my brain memorize every single word problem, every single question, and she would get a review, and like most of the questions would be the same on the test. There would be a few of them that would actually be different wording, different numbers, but most of the time it would just be in the same order. So I took that as an opportunity to memorize everything in order, and I was able to pass with C's or A's or something like that whenever those tests happened. And that was the first half. The second half, she stopped doing that, so that's when my tests were always C's or hopefully B's, D's, you know. And I pretty much had an F for the first half and the second half of the semesters. the first half of the semester, I passed the class with a C. I don't know how, but the second half, I was really struggling. I had an F since the beginning, and I felt as if I wasn't gonna pass that class at all. So, I prayed to God, saying, "Please, Lord, let me pass this class. You know, please help me. The final's coming up, and this is the class I'm stressing." And actually, I had to keep praying because of my other classes, for my other math classes the next year and junior year. I had the same dilemma happening, and it's now a senior year that I have A. It's really weird. But anyway, I prayed, I studied, I did not take any tutoring. I just tried to do my best on it. I tried to receive help from the teacher, but when I asked her for a problem, she felt insulted that I would ask such a problem that was really easy to her, and she went in front of the class and said, "Class, how do you solve question number 13 with this angle?" So the class didn't know. She got more mad. I'm pretty sure she was mad at me for asking such a question that I needed help on, but it was such an easy thing to her, you know? It was just dumbfounded to her that I would ever ask a question about that. So ever since that time, I never really asked any for help from any teacher, although I should have. But I just felt as if the teacher doesn't really want to hear me complain about a certain problem and everything like that, but that was not the case. My other math teachers were just amazing, better than her, and I should have taken help whenever I had the chance. But come the final, I was studying so hard, I was trying to do my best, and I felt as if I'm not gonna pass this class, I'm gonna get an F. So I took the final, I left that class. It was funny because my friend Sajil, he was there too, and he was struggling as well. I don't know if he passed the class. I don't even know how he got on geometry, but he was in there. And as soon as he took the final, he left to go into the pool with the PE class, and he invited me to go, but I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, alright, you know. So he went, I took the final, I was just sitting there hoping, just praying that I'd pass it. And then, like, a few days later, once the final grades were out, and that was when this whole entire freshman year was over, I looked, and I had a C. I had B's, I had an A. I think I had like 3 B's, an A, and 2 C's. I'm pretty sure that was it. I don't know. I know there was a C in that math, but that was it. And for all you guys stressing out and everything like that, just, you know, hopefully it'll be the best. Whatever you're stressing, just study, just ask for help, do anything you can. And with that being said, don't stress, do your best. And I'll see you guys all next time. See ya.